And we are live. SB Talk Sports with Sean Webb. Real takes over fake debates. Sean, how are you doing today? I'm excited for today. Today is a real action-packed football show. But how you doing today?
I'm good, man. Happy Friday to you, man. Ready to get this thing in, man. So, yeah, man. Looking excited about this one, man.
Yeah. So obviously, I had my boy Trent. Trent, I see you in the backstage, salute, brother. I had my boy Trent coming on. Then I had True too. So when we had True for Monday, but it was too much Patriot stuff going on, and I like now we gotta get True today too. And I got my boy Trent. Trent is great on the football channel. Look up on his channel, Trent 5TR5ENT. Then obviously follow my boy King True TRUDA the King TV. Go follow. I'm gonna get both their links to the channel. Make sure you guys follow, subscribe. But let's go ahead and get these guys up here. We got my boy True him, and my brother Trent in the building.
Salute. What up?
My first salute, fellas. Y'all are our first double guest on Real Takes Over Fake Debates.
Okay,
so I appreciate both.
Second.
Second double guest. Second. I'm sorry. First double football guest. Cause y'all heavy on the football. But how you guys feeling today? How you feeling tonight? Appreciate you guys taking y'all time out, man. Appreciate it.
Of course, bro. I'm good,
bro. No problem.
I say appreciate me on SB. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. But now look, man, we're gonna get right into it, man. So the legendary Nick Saban has called it quits, retired, ended up calling it one. Probably gonna go down as one of the greatest, if not the greatest. So I want to hear what you guys' opinion on it. Trent, what you got for Nick Saban? How do you feel about Nick Saban retiring? What was your reaction to hearing it? And where does he rank as coaches all time?
I mean, well, first off, he's the GOAT. I don't think it should be up for toss, but I think he's the GOAT. But I mean, a time had to come, bro. He 74, getting to 75. Yeah, no, but I think I will say though, he retired at the perfect time. These NILs coming, not everybody. I'm not saying not everybody want to go to Bama, but I'm saying it's a new age, new day and age. A lot of people want to start going to the other schools to be the new Bama, trying to create their own, teams trying to create their own spot. So I'll probably say he retired at the perfect time. Phenomenal career at Bama. As a whole 7 rings, 6 at Bama, 1 at Bama. You can't. That's the GOAT, bro. I can't really. Ain't nothing really to say, bro. For real.
Yeah, well, he go there. True. How do you feel about Nick Saban retiring, and what was your reaction to it?
Yeah, this is a piggyback on the NIL thing. I think that was a part of it. Transfer portal. The SEC is getting bigger, more competition. So when you have all that together, where money, more competition, where you're not Alabama. I don't want you can just throw money or allegedly. Well, before we know what it is. I mean, so dude. I mean, it is. Listen, yeah. I mean, that's why, like I said, Nick Saban was stressed out. I was like, listen, I can't listen. Okay, at the end of the day, listen, I'm turning down. Okay, this school over this deal, whatever, and the opportunity I can play. Also, that was also being before the NIL deals about the criticism of playing Alabama was I'm just going to sit. I have a Kamara. That's why I have a Kamara. If y'all people didn't know, he played for Alabama for a little bit. but he went to transfer to be in a bigger role. So
Yeah.
all those things coming apart, and like I said, his age and all that stuff, man, it's just at that time in the day. I mean, arguably the greatest college football coach of all time. I mean, listen, he had an amazing career. So I mean, it is what it is.
Sean, how you feeling about the Nick Saban retiring?
I mean, I echo what Trent and what True said. I mean, I think he is definitely the GOAT college football coach when you're talking about the primarily white institutions, by the way, because there's Eddie Robinson, that's the HBCU, coach, GOAT coach. But I mean, and you look at what again when he took over Alabama. Alabama had been kind of through a rough period for about 15 years. Mm-hmm. It'd been, I think their last national championship was in 1992 when they beat Miami in the Sugar Dome or Sugar Bowl. So they had not been very, very good, and he goes there and he literally revised that program and almost from day one. But he also, I think that's probably what he did at Alabama. But even look at what he did at LSU. Before he was at LSU was kind of that sleeping giant. Everybody was waiting for where is the dominant LSU program going to come? He took over LSU, built it up, won the national championship, and look at what they've done since he left. And a lot of it had to do with the foundation because they won with Les Miles and with Ed Orgeron. Nobody's calling those guys all-time great coaches. I think a lot of it had to do with the foundation of Saban. So, and he obviously also built Michigan State's program. So, I think he's the GOAT college football coach. I think, again, he did walk away at the right time. I hope, personally, he ends up doing media because if you've ever seen him do, College Game Day and he's actually really good. He's actually, low-key funny, got a good sense of humor, kind of like Bill Belichick, who I know we're going to talk about in a moment. So, I hope he's doing media. Because he would be really good.
Yeah, for me, I gotta definitely say he's the GOAT coach. And I told y'all, the reason why I rock with Alabama because when I first went to Chicago State, my first friend I ever met was this girl, tall country girl from Alabama. As soon as it was in college, you go to everybody's room kicking it, all I see is a big old Alabama rug hanging on top of the bed. I'm like, bro, you rocking football? She was like, boy, Roll Tide is everything down here. I see videos of grandmas crying. Nick Saban retired. What's going on? So he built the culture. Boy, he did more for a lot of football down there in Alabama. Yeah. He did a lot for the coaches down there. They love it. Yeah. But obviously, when they're good, it comes with the bad. Nick Saban said his decision to retire was based on stress and the grueling final season in Alabama. With him saying that, only one thing came to my mind, y'all, and I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all, and we're going to talk about this soon. I want to see y'all opinion on that. It got to be the NIL. I think the NIL ran Saban away because when you look at the dynamic of Bama, and I tell people all this, they used to have stacked rooms at positions. At a point in time, they had Jalen Hurts. Make sure, correct me if I'm wrong. Jalen Hurts, Mac Jones, the Tua Tagovailoa, all in one room, right? Yep. And they was all three starting quarterbacks. So it was like Alabama had the powerhouse that because Alabama had it if you play for Alabama and you start for Alabama, 80% is an 80% chance you're making it to the league. It's the guarantee. It's almost a chance you're gonna make it playing for Bama, or it's a high chance more than anybody else. And I think with the NIL, it kind of evened the playing field where now you see it's more wide out. You see different talents going everywhere else. If people start realizing, hey, I can go to Washington and get some shine. I go to Michigan, even though Michigan ain't been the same for a while. I go to Michigan and get some shine. I could go LSU. I could go to UCLA, USC. But I think he ran them away because now you can't just have that dominant room where you got the dominant positions stacked over everything. But I want to know, when he said for you guys, when he said he frustrated and everything, it wasn't the NIL or was it something else?
I'll just say I think sometimes I kind of feel what he's saying because again stress because my dad's in that he's been a college coach, he coaching the league right now, and coaching, fall camps, recruiting. That's a lot you got to do, and he about to be 75, so it has to play into play. That's why I was saying when he say that, I'm gonna give him the pass because at least in the NIL era, you're still making top fours, you're making the college football playoff. I look like somebody like a Dabo Swinney, a little bit of a fraud because after you had Deshaun Watson, the Trevor Lawrence, all them super teams before the NIL, once the NIL came, you started complaining about recruiting, and then now Clemson don't hit the same. Well, at least with Alabama, at least they still making college football playoffs. You still top teams in the nation. So I'm gonna let him pass that because again, he's dumb. He's super old. He bro, in the blink of an eye, he's gonna be 80. Yeah. So like, so Stretch don't come into play, bro. Like he's too old.
Well, 51 years of coaching overall. Like that's
like
that's listen, you can't blame like you said, you're going to adapt. 51 years of adapted. He's seen the game change. So it's like adding the NLS. Listen, listen, it's too stressful. They got to keep, mind you, that's a stressful job. It's 24/7, 365 like job. You know what I mean? Then you got to worry. Now, mind you, got to worry about the transfer. Like I said, not just the NL, there was a transfer portal. You got to worry about God maybe disgruntled. Hey, I'm going to go to Georgia. You got to worry about transferring teams that you got to go against.
So in the transfer portal, like the new free agency, you got to pay now. You know, these top recruits, bro. Like I'm mad I had to medical retire because I was literally that was my freshman year. I'm in that round, like. Bro, I know these players. They getting almost. They getting their NIL value alone is $500K. Like off that alone before you even come to the school. Like you have to pay to get these.
I'm gonna just ask you this, Trent, because obviously, Trent was tight end college. He you messed your hand up, right?
Yeah, badass.
He messed his hand up. Yeah. So now I'm like, how do you feel like, bro? Because you was in that lane and you was pretty good too.
Yeah.
How he's like, dang, how much money you could probably think like, dang, bro, I was just an NIL bag.
Bro, I kid you not, SB, I kid you not. If I never, because I had this injury, it started in 2020, my junior year. If I never got hurt, bro, I'd be set. I ain't lying. Some of these college kids are set now before they even get to the league. Like Marvin Harrison Jr., he's set. Kalen Williams, he's set. Let me think of another top prospect, bro. Like all these top prospects, though, they got the NIL deals. Quinn Ewers got a Lambo deal, NIL. Like, bro, it's crazy out. It's ridiculous.
He got a what deal?
Yes, Lamborghini.
Yeah, like Shador got like a Mercedes-Benz deal. Like he did. I'm like,
you got that coming, and the NCAA game about to come out. So you know they about to get more bread off of that. Like,
man,
it's a new era, bro.
New era. Sean, what you think? Why did Nick Saban say the grueling season and the stress ran away? Or was it NIL?
Yeah, I mean, he's often been a critic of NIL. I think he understood the changing landscape. He was all for students and student athletes getting compensated, but he didn't necessarily, I think, care for them getting the schools having to broker NIL deals and things like that. Because again, that brings another element that a lot of guys don't want to deal with. But obviously we understand the rationale and the reason that NIL needs to exist is that a lot of these kids who have NIL deals may not go play at the next level. Whether high school, college, pro, whatever, we know that may not. So you need to capitalize on your name and your image and your likeness and your marketability, while you have it, because nothing is guaranteed going forward. So I'm, obviously a huge proponent of it. Some people say it's the transfer portal. Yeah, the transfer portal has become, NFL has become free agency. And again, is, hey, listen, if you want my services, you better show up with a checkbook or your cash app and you're ready to make that deposit. So
drop that money.
I'm not mad with it. And again, when you look at the amounts of money that the NCAA has made and we're talking billions of dollars over the years, I don't want to hear no complaints from anybody who works and who has made their money off the blacks of particularly young black athletes. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. Dabo, shut up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. No complaining from you.
These kids made a lot of money.
Yeah, these kids have, in the past did not make money off of this, and now they are. I don't want to hear a complaint about a change in system. Adapt. Simple as that. So, but yeah, I think it was the right time, and again, could it have factored in possibly, but again, it's 72. Good chance he don't have 72 more years left of his life. He should enjoy whatever time he has left with his life, with his wife and family, and so good for him.
Yep, all right. Chris, salute Chris. He said Michigan running back Blake Corum. I don't know if I said his name wrong. Corum got the best looking Camaro I ever seen. I mean, they supercharged that Camaro. Alabama's still gonna be good. I mean, Alabama gonna be good, but that's not Alabama standard. Alabama you have to be competing for a national championship. That's Alabama standard. That's it. Thanks for the subscription, Miner, too. Like, share, subscribe.
Yes,
Nick Saban to go to. Yes, he is. But obviously, when you somebody go, the new one for me. Alabama has hired Washington coach Kalen DeBoer, weird name, say his name wrong, to replace Nick Saban. Okay, he came from Washington. They had a nice run. Can he keep Alabama to flow? Because we're gonna get a little bit later in there when we get to the Patriot thing about like can he fulfill the shoes, but can he uphold the standard and bring the hat that he had from Washington over to Alabama?
It's kind of hard to say. I mean, in that sense, I think what bringing him on, because I think they can still be a top team. I just think for now, bro. Like, of course, we're gonna talk about the Patriots stuff. I just got to believe it to see it. Like when him as a coach, with him at Washington, he's a great offensive coach. So I'm not going to be worried about the offense, and he's going to bring some of the good Washington players that he had. The problem is you're going to lose them saving guys. You lost Isaiah Bond. They lost their number one recruit in their class at Ryan Williams. He might go to Auburn. He might go down the street. Like you're gonna lose key guys. Caleb, there's a rumor that Caleb Downs might leave, and that's gonna be huge if they lose him. So it's just in a hard place, bro. Because these guys didn't think Saban was gonna retire right now. So kids, because sometimes kids commit for the coach and not the program.
Yeah.
So
100%.
Can I say this too real quick, just to piggyback off Trent's point? To me, I think this makes it more incumbent if you have an older coach in a program, whether it's NFL or college football, that you have a coach in waiting on the roster, because that's one of the ways you can avoid losing recruits. And you go back to Florida State, many years ago, Bobby Bowden was getting towards the end of his tenure when they brought Jimbo Fisher in. Jimbo Fisher was brought in as the coach in waiting. So if you were a recruit and Florida State was recruiting you, you knew that, hey, listen, if I don't play for Coach Bowden, I'm going to end up playing for Jimbo if I come here. I think that's what now you have to see these programs make a more concerted effort to do, is if you got an older coach, have a coach in waiting that will set your program so your program doesn't necessarily drop off, or you don't necessarily have to go outside the program. Because, I mean, obviously, DeBoer, he doesn't have any previous relationship with the program at Alabama. Had that coach waiting, so that way you can keep the wheels rolling.
True. What you think about it?
Which was kind of surprising though, if you think about it. You would assume.
Did True lag? I think True lag.
Oh yeah, he lagged. Yeah, he lagged.
True lag. Okay, we got to get True back. He lagging. But okay, True, you good? There you go. True, say something. True.
You go now, yeah. You'd be surprised, like the fact that Alabama they didn't have a successor, right? I'm kind of surprised by that. So it was like this move would kind of surprise me. I mean, they needed a coach, of course, because if you don't have a successor, you gotta get somebody, right? But I'm saying, like, it's like I said, they losing players. Like I said, people don't come from the school; they come for the coach. I mean, the coach is the one doing that recruiting. They're the ones. The players got to buy in. So it's gonna be very interesting because, like I said, I mean, I don't know. It's you action a lot. I mean, when it comes to like him being an offensive mastermind, and then Nick Saban, him being a defensive mastermind from Alabama, reason why what I mean they were so successful all those years. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know yet. You know what I mean?
I didn't get to ask y'all. You just said me yes or no. Was this a good? Do y'all feel like this was a good hire? Maybe you think they could have went somewhere else. Do y'all think it's another name, or do y'all think this was the right person for the job?
I would say because all the coaches that were the favorites, they all stand, like Dan Lanning, Sark, Norvell, and Lane. So I'll probably say I think that's a good hire to me. Yeah, that's a good hire.
True.
Dang, who they could have hired?
Yeah, that's the problem.
I don't know because, like you said, it's I mean, if because now my question is like, okay, why there wasn't successor? Like Nick Saban is 70 something years old. Like he wasn't going. I don't think it was kind of surprising that he kind of. I mean, he's up there in age. Been coached for 51 years. It's just I don't know. It's like who could they hired? Maybe I mean it's that's I don't know. It's a lot. It's because it just blows my mind that they don't have a successor. Alabama, like Nick said, what he did for Alabama, building that what I mean culture up, and they don't have a successor at all. And they got people on the roster, and why they didn't trust them or whatever to you know what I mean? They take him. So I
I
I
was
mean they
shocked
had to
about
go
that.
away
He
to a
would be
whole
good.
different. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this SB, and and again, I'm thinking, kind of someone who has a connection to the program that I thought they were going to try to call DeMeco Ryans. I know he's obviously the head coach with the Texans, but it's Alabama. He played at Alabama, obviously, and he's Crimson Tide through and through. I thought they would have called DeMeco Ryans.
Sean, you think you would have left though? The Texas hot. That's a hard job to
that'd be
leave.
a wild move.
No, listen. I mean, listen. It's not uncommon for the right college job in Alabama. If we're being clear, Alabama is one of those few college jobs where you could see an NFL head coach who, again, would rather coach in college or whatever, say, hey, you know what, I'm taking this job, and them Alabama pockets run deep. Let's be clear. So they wanted to make it happen. They could have. Now, where I don't think DeMeco Ryans would have been the right fit is he don't have the complexion for protection at Alabama, if you understand what I'm saying. So, that's why I don't think it would have been somebody like him. But given his ties to Alabama, to me, he would have been a good call.
Yeah, Action Jackson said they did that he didn't want to leave. But I don't blame him because the Texas is hot right now. And then we got to definitely talk about the Texas too. And I got to ask y'all a couple questions. But let's go to the next legendary coach. Bill Belichick is leaving the Patriots after 24 seasons, 6 titles. Man, that's almost my whole lifetime. He been dominating, like he been cooking up like that. But what does Bill Belichick rank as the coach all time? And then how do you feel about this? True, I know True, I led with you on the college because the college one, but True, I know you pretty much you covered the Patriots. Probably one of the biggest Patriots fans I know. So how do you feel about Bill Belichick leaving? You just want to stay?
It's bitter. It's tough. I mean, but it had to happen. I mean, at the end of the day, Bill wasn't getting the job done the last couple of years. But I mean, him as a coach, I mean, he's arguably the greatest coach of all time, in my opinion. I mean, the work that he put in. I mean, like six, like I said, 6 Super Bowls and 24 seasons. I mean that's insane. You know what I mean? The fact that you know what I mean the different iterations of the Patriots. You know what I mean over the years and stuff of the success. And I mean, like I said, it definitely was like dang. It was like I mean, but it had to happen. I mean, it was mutual. It wasn't sometimes you see fallouts bad from but it was mutual. They had a press conference together, him and Robert Kraft. You know what I mean? So it was definitely it definitely it was emotional. You know what I mean? Bill was he was he was trying to hold it in. I mean, when you see Bill like that, it was like it isn't really end of an era, but it is what it is.
Trey, what was your reaction to Bill leaving?
I mean, I think it had to happen. I think he had to go, respectfully, even though he's probably that's another GOAT. But I can also say, just for me personally, I feel like after Brady left, he was kind of sabotaging the Patriots, like especially like in the draft. Like some of these draft picks that you were taking were way too many reaches. Now some were hindsights, like N'Keal Harry. I thought he was gonna be a guy.
Me too.
It went left, but I thought N'Keal Harry was gonna be one of them guys. But you taking like Cole Strange in the first round, you taking Sony Michel and Nick Chubb, like just taking things that just looks terrible in the back end, like after Brady left, and then it's messing with the Patriots. Like you hiring what they hire in Mac Jones' second year. I forgot who. Yeah, like
Matt Patricia's offensive coordinator. That was a great decision.
like it's just
it
was just bad moves all around. So I think it had to happen. I'm glad it happened now. So because now I think they can be something in the future, and now they can, especially they have a top 3 draft pick. I think me personally, you got to go quarterback. But yeah.
John, what's your reaction to Bill Belichick? You stupid. I see your comment. I'm not putting it up to you. So funny. But how you feel? How you feel about Bill Belichick after 24 seasons with the Patriots? Was it time for him to go? What was it, man? What do you see Bill Belichick as the coach all time?
So I think everybody knows the Patriots mantra under Bill Belichick, right? Do your job. He did his job. When you win 6 championships in 24 seasons, you did your job. When you have a competitive, which is unheard of in today's NFL, when you have a competitive program for 20 years, you did your job, right? He will, he is, to me, and I call him the modern day Tom Landry. I think he's the modern day Tom Landry. He understood how to build a football team, how to coach a football team, and how to get the most out of talent. And he's obviously going to go down as one of the GOATs, despite some of the scandal, which we don't need to even really get into that.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that. We skip over that part of the show.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he's one of the best ever. And where he ends up, I think it's going to come down to one or two places. In my opinion, I think it's either going to be Washington or it's going to be the Chargers.
Here come to LA. We need discipline. We got the talent. We just need the discipline. That's it.
But I do
Super Bowl.
But I am hearing that Atlanta is very hot on Bill Belichick, which would make a lot of sense. Again, the word of caution is if you hire Bill Belichick, have a coach in waiting, because I think once Bill Belichick rebuilds your program and breaks the Don Shula record, I think he's done.
Yeah, and I think like with Bill, because Atlanta, I just think they're a quarterback away. The defense is solid. They got the weapons on offense. They just need a quarterback. And then I think they need a good coach that can actually get the most out of that team. And if they can find a way to steal Justin Fields, if they can steal Justin Fields off the Bears, that'd be nice. And then with the Chargers, I just feel like we got the talent all the way around. I know True, you said that he might go to Chargers because he might not look cool in light blue, but man, I think he look nice in light blue. I just think the Chargers need discipline. We got the talent. I'm tired of the Justin Herbert disrespect because everybody got to be better than Justin Herbert. As soon as they do something good, you're getting on my nerves, man. Every time somebody do something good, he better than Justin Herbert. Y'all always pretend. I'm like, nobody protecting y'all. Y'all cook Justin Herbert every week. Yeah. Every week. But yeah,
that man not even playing. That man hurt.
Hurt, bro.
That's the great thing about it. I mean, it's gonna be interesting where Bill gonna go because, and don't be surprised. Some jobs may be vacant next couple weeks, and it may heat up about. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, the Cowboys, maybe the Cowboys, because if they lose, I don't know, maybe.
Hold on, wait. I want you because I wait till you unfreeze because I definitely need that. I definitely need this one. Say what job you said on your channel I was listening to. Tell me the job that you said will be available if they don't make it to the Super Bowl, and you think Bill Belichick should take his spot.
49ers.
Why you say the 49ers?
If Kyle Shanahan, at some point, Kyle Shanahan has the talent for a while now. And listen, they're 9 all pros. The all pros just came out. 9 all pros. They looking like the favorites to come out the NFC. I'll say that if they don't go to, they don't even got to win the Super Bowl. If they don't go to the Super Bowl, how long you gonna keep?
So you basically saying it's like the Nick Sirianni treatment, but it's a little bit. The experience a little bit longer. Because I feel what you're
even with Sirianni though.
He's on the hot seat too.
That's what that Eagles could be a situation too. Because losing We ain't seen a team be up the top and then have a collapse like this. How when you get it's I don't know.
The only reason why the only reason why I feel you on that because I kind of feel like it's a little bit like Mike McCarthy with the Cowboys. Because to me personally, I always call the 49ers the San Francisco Cowboys. They always make it to the conference championship. They always make it to the conference championship in the Super Bowl, and they don't win. Both teams haven't won since the 90s. One gets more flack, the other one just nobody really talk about it. But like, yeah, I can see why you say Kyle Shanahan because, bro, they didn't been so close to get to the Super Bowl so many times, and they just don't win. So I just don't see them. I don't see John Lynch hiring Bill Belichick though. I don't see it though. Like I just don't see it.
Because that take was that. But what about you, Sean? What you got? What do you think you want? And what's your take on the true 49ers take?
So, well, two things. True, you stupid. You're supposed to call him Mike. Everybody's Mike, son. No, but so I'm gonna just connect the dots a little bit. So the Commanders hired a new GM today, the assistant GM from the 49ers, as their new GM. He was with the Patriots when they won the Super Bowl in 2014. So I'm just connecting the dots. I think that's where Bill ends up, in all honesty. Somebody he's obviously got a relationship with and, will, largely help bring the culture that he wants to, to build and bring. So I think Washington is going to be the favorite for Bill Belichick. But that said, I do think there are a couple coaches on the hot seat this weekend, right? Because again, to your point, Mike McCarthy. I think if Mike McCarthy loses this weekend, and let's be honest, right? Would it shock you if the Cowboys crap the bed against the Packers on Sunday?
No, it would shock me. It would shock
He getting fired. He getting fired after the game. Soon as press conference.
Even though the Cowboys never make it past the division round, I cannot see them losing to the Packers.
Hey, Bill, check it out. It's a Cowboy thing to do that, though. It's a Cowboy thing to do.
It's a Cowboy thing to do. It'd be the Cowboy thing to do. You know what I mean? It'd be like, having, Cat Williams do an interview where he don't say nothing crazy. It'd be like, really, so, so I think the point is ultimately, I think there's going to be a couple potential openings this weekend, depending on how the games go. But again, I think Bill ends up in Washington. And again, I think they need him in Washington probably more than any other.
Yeah, they got Magic Johnson at the ownership. Bob Myers is they trying to cook him. They trying to cook him something.
It's funny this comment was right here too, though. And first of all, shout out to you, Mr. Hayes. Appreciate you watching. Try to make sure you subscribe and like. But you see this charger flag right here? Don't be bringing up the sad times up here, okay? No charger strays will not be allowed up here. But that's another thing. True, there's one thing.
9 all pros.
I hate the Patriots, dog, because y'all was the only injuries in the Patriots stopped my Chargers from getting one. Injuries in the Patriots every time. The Patriots used to beat us so much. I had no choice to start respecting them. I was just like, man, look, man, it's Tom Brady go, Belichick go. You ever get beaten? Somebody beat you so bad you have to respect them. Like, you know what, bro? Yeah, I respect you. beat you to respect them. Like, come on, man. But also with the good and the bad. Reports came out saying that Bill Belichick refused to bench Mac Jones as an FU to Robert Kraft. Where do you think that came from? Is it from like the Patriots don't want to draft? Because Trent, I know you brought up like the draft thing. Because maybe he didn't want to draft a quarterback that high. They never really do draft a quarterback that high. And Robert Kraft made the call for it. And now I guess he was just like, oh, well, this is the guy you want someone to play him, even though he's playing trash. What do y'all think about these reports?
So I'm kind of confused on that because they benched him multiple times though. So
sometimes he kept him in.
They gave him opportunity. They gave him normally teams got a short leash.
That comes with it, bro. When you draft the quarterback in the first round, you got to give him more leeway, bro. Because it would be if this was a 6th-round pick, he out of there. But you draft him in the first round, bro. Yeah. So you got to give him more leeway. Even if he's stinking it up, let him stink it up. They done benched him multiple times before. So I just think like I don't think it's an FU for her. I just think that he's our first round pick. We got to see what he do. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where I'm sorry, True, go ahead.
Yeah, they benched him for Bailey Zapp multiple times. I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't. I mean, they. So I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know.
And I think it's different types of benching, right? Like it's sometimes when you bench a quarterback, it's like, listen, this isn't your day. You're having a bad game. I don't want to mess with your confidence, things like that. Particularly a young quarterback, it's like a pitcher, right? Sometimes the best pitchers, get run in the first inning. You get them out the game. It's not that they're not gonna make their next start. It's just, hey, it's just in your day. And then there's some benches where it's like, yeah, whatever we're doing is not working, and we need to make a change. We need, whatever. To your point, they did bench him multiple times. I don't think it was ever a situation where they wanted to say we didn't give him every opportunity to take hold of this job, not just for now, but for the future. And, and that's why he didn't do it. I think Bill Belichick has proven over the years he's going to always do what he thinks is best for the team. And sometimes it works, keeping Tom Brady in for Drew Bledsoe. Sometimes it doesn't, benching, Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl for whatever reason. So, I think that's
still bitch out in for that.
Yeah. So I think that's what it's always, been with him, and that's what what it was.
But the future is in place. So Jerod Mayo has been hired to replace Bill Belichick. And also, Action Jackson, I see it on True to King TV channel. Make sure you guys subscribe. I'm going to give him and Trent links to their channel and put it in the comments so you guys can subscribe to their channel. I was watching True last stream, preparing for the stream and all that. And Action Jackson joined the stream and saying, like, oh, with the black coach, they already put a black coach in a bad situation. But Sean brought to my knowledge that Mayo had in his contract that when Bill Belichick left, he was taking the job. So Action Jackson, that was actually false. The job was already his whenever Bill Belichick left. But what do you think about the hire? True, he's a built-in Patriot guy. Like you said, you were just arguing about Alabama. Pretty much, you have a guy just waiting. So they had the guy waiting as a successor. He's been a Patriot through and through. So how do you like that? Do you like it? What's up?
I love it. I mean, like you said, he's been fantastic doing it, being a defensive assistant, being part of the defensive play calling for a while now. Patriot player. When at his time, if y'all don't know, y'all don't remember, he was one of the best linebackers in the game one point in time. I mean, he was calling plays as a rookie, high IQ player. That a Patriots defense. So I mean, him being a hell of an assistant. So it's like it's not surprising at all. It's been in rumors for a while about him being a successor, and now finally reports came out and it's true. So I love it, man. 37 years old, youngest head coach, a month younger than Sean McVay. I love it. You know what I mean? So they compared him like he's like Bill Belichick, but more of a modern sense of being more understanding of the players today, and so that's why, because you do have to have that tough love at times. I think that's and like I said, Bill. Like I said, we talk about Nick Saban, like Bill's 70 years old too. You know what I mean? And sometimes when the older, sometimes it's hard to connect to the younger players. Like you got guys coming in 22 years old. It's kind of hard to sometimes connect with young players. So the fact that Jerod Mayo only 37, guy that he also played at a high level, former All Pro, he has to understand it. So I love the move.
Yeah, I think again, it's hard to fulfill somebody's shoes that had a crazy legacy. So I think Gerard can fix the Patriots to where they can be better than what they were last year this year. So because respectfully, the Patriots were terrible. So I mean, Gerard Mayo is a good hire. We just got to see what he do because again, like how you said, he's one of the best linebackers in the game, and now he's got to see he apply as a coach, bro.
Sean, what do you like about it?
Like it,
don't like it?
No, I like it. Obviously, for multiple reasons. I think what teams and again, what I like is you look at the success that DeMeco Ryans had this year, but go back even further. Look at Mike Tomlin, the success he's had in Pittsburgh, bringing in the young kind of guy who can galvanize, who can get guys on the same page, who can connect with players because they are a little bit younger. So I think it's a great move for the Patriots, but I think it also signals to me that the Patriots are obviously ready to rebuild and get ready for the future. And I would expect that Robert Kraft will be very patient with this process. Obviously, you got the third pick in the draft. You got to hit on that. But I think it was a great move for them. And again, the key for him is he's just got to be himself. Don't come in and try to be some, mini Belichick, because that's what gets a lot of these idiots in trouble who go other places trying to be somebody you're not. And it comes off as fake hustle. And Trent, I mean, I'm sure your experience, and obviously with your dad. The thing about coaches, most players know who's putting on and who's real, right? And so the big thing for him, he's just got to be really himself and not try to you can't duplicate what Belichick did. Be the best version of yourself in this time and in this job.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a great point you bringing up to not be your own self and not be a quote unquote Belichick guy. Because if you really look at the history, all the quote unquote Belichick guys ain't their careers ain't been too good when they've been individuals. So yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, look, hey, the Patriot way thing I thought was gonna happen was that Josh McDaniels gonna get a job again or something. I thought he was just gonna pop back up and just get a job.
You know what's funny though? But it's funny, like you said, him being successor. This was being talked about when Josh McDaniels was the offensive coordinator. So Bill wanted him over Josh McDaniels for a while. So this is why I'm also confident like the move, because Josh McDaniels been there for a while. Like he know Bill longer than Gerard. So it's like the fact that he trusted him to take over this team over Josh McDaniels. So listen, I know he can't.
He ain't gonna
He
get the job.
he called some offense. He coached some quarterbacks. He can, but you can't coach no.
And you know what, True? And I don't know if you said this on your stream earlier, but this kind of for me, and again, this is me thinking about it from a Boston perspective. This kind of has the same, to me, significance of Red Auerbach passing the reins to Bill Russell. Not that Jerod Mayo was Bill Russell, but this thing of you're in an area where, again, we understand the racial component in Boston. We don't have to go into that. But, you're saying this is the person I believe is, the best choice to succeed me, even though I got, Bill O'Brien on the staff, who's been a head coach and had some decent success in the NFL as a head coach. And, obviously Josh McDaniels.
Even his own son. Even his own son, Sean.
So I mean, it's very telling that Jerod Mayo was the pick, but it also says, again, I think that they were looking for a certain archetype, and again, I use Mike Tomlin, Nico Ryans as kind of the archetype they wanted, and Jerod Mayo, I think, fits that archetype.
Yep. And now, before we get to the next point, like I said for you guys into the chat, I put both these fellas' channel in the comment section. So make sure you guys subscribe to these guys' channel. True and them got great content. I want to make sure y'all see this. So let me share the screen before, because I got the final boss back. The final boss of the question. But yeah, obviously, we got my boy Trent channel right here. T5. Yes, he like I said, his dad is the coach of the Giants, even though I know you can't see one of y'all face because of the thing right there. Hold on, move this out the way. But yeah, dad, coach of the Giants, you just had on the Footwork King on today. You had Golden Tate on recently. So how it be like when you be getting the players interview, when you be chopping it up with them?
It's just, bro, I didn't know them for all the people I got on. If you go to the playlist, you can just look at it. I say all the play, like Adoree Jackson and Xavier McKinney. I know all them dudes, bro. So I'm just really chopping it up with them, bro.
Who you got for the people watching? Who you got coming up next, so they can be prepared to come watch it on your channel? Who you got coming?
I will have on my former teammate Patrick Paul. He's a left tackle, played at Houston. He's projected to go late first, early second round in this draft class. So that's who. Shout out Go. Shout out Go. He be making my thumbnails, man.
Shout out Go too. To Robin, but then also follow my boy True the King TV, almost at 1K. True be cooking up on all topics, but mainly you get from the Boston Celtics and them nasty old Patriots that we talk about now. Make sure you guys subscribe to my boy True. But True, what you got coming up next on your channel too, so people know when they watch your channel?
I'm doing a Boston Celtics live stream later tonight after this, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, it's like I said, Celtics content, Patriots content. NFL, NBA, college, boxing, MMA. Hey, we talk all sports, so check it out.
Make sure you subscribe to these brothers' channels. They be putting in work when it comes to the content. But speaking of putting in work, the biggest question of the ball that I want to ask y'all: who got the biggest shoes to fill? Jerod Mayo or Kalen DeBoer? DeBoer, man. God damn,
This is
man.
an easy
I
one.
would probably, I would probably say DeBoer. And me personally, I don't think it's close. Just because that with Mayo, the Patriots haven't been good. Like they made the playoffs in 2020, but they weren't really a real threat. Like Bama, this whole time since Saban has been there, has been the top team, been the top 14. It's either top 10 or they're in the national championship. So I think it has to be them because the Patriots haven't been to the Super Bowl since 2018.
Yeah, around that. True. I mean,
So,
you know, true. When last time
right
you
now,
popped that?
right now are a lottery pick. Like they're like not like they're a top 5 pick, top 3 pick. But yeah, Bama, them Bama fans expecting, we still got to be in the top 4 every year. So I think it's DeBoer.
Yeah, I think it's like it says hands down clear as DeBoer. Like, and he's like a stranger. Like you say, he's not no type of Alabama ties. You bringing in is he going to change the culture? Which I think fans and it's going to make how that goes. So when you have somebody coming in and it change the culture, it's like I don't know about this. Jerod Mayo, he's from that. So when it comes to the Patriots way, it's gonna be like I said, going back with Sean saying, not be like Bill Belichick, but the philosophy though. You know what I mean? People, it's not don't. You know what I mean? He's gonna be himself though, but his way of do your job, next man up mentality. You know what I mean? Holding people accountable. I mean, it's not. I mean, it ain't gonna be that hard. Kalen is gonna be a mystery because, like I say, going to a new conference, going to a new fan base, expectations. Like I say, listen, Patriots are rebuilding. You know what I mean? They're not. They're rebuilding. Kalen, they try to win championship off your first year. So there's a
Yeah,
lot
you
of
gotta
pressure,
get boy.
a
Yeah, you
lot
gotta
of
win the
coach,
first.
a lot of pressure. I mean, that's the.
Child, who got the biggest shoes to fill?
So I want to clarify this. When I say who's got the bigger shoes to fill, I'm going to speak to who has the most pressure. And to me, the person under the most pressure is Jerod Mayo. Because black head coaches don't get the same leeway as white head coaches.
Good point.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
a great point.
And and again, I'm not always invoking the race card, but there's data that shows that, right? And it clearly shows that. So and again, I think Robert Kraft is going to be patient. I think he understands this is a rebuild, but I don't expect Jerod Mayo to get 4 or 5 years to rebuild it. They're gonna have to show some significant progress in the first couple of years. Because again, black head coaches, black quarterbacks, you don't get the same leeway as your counterparts if we're being honest. And again, there's historical data and reference that points to that. So I think he's got the most pressure. Now that said, obviously to True's point and to Trent's point, going from Washington to Alabama ain't Washington, right? We know this. College football, Crimson Tide is everything in that state. Washington football is like, whatever.
Yeah. They had a good year. Yeah, you might expect.
Yeah, they not even over the Sonic. They not over Seattle Supersonic.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's so cool, man.
And so it's just real. I mean, so yeah, there's pressure under the board, but Jerod Mayo, I think definitely is,
Oh yeah, for me, it got to be DeBoer 100%. Because I understand the significance of what Alabama means to Alabama. Like they live, breathe, eat, poop Alabama down there. Like they care everything. Like I told you, when Nick Saban, this videos out of people, grandmas going crazy that Nick Saban retired. It's a thing in Alabama. So the roll tide is everything, and he has to live up. It's like true point. Mayo, I agree. Like I can't argue the fact of why he got a short leash. I can't argue that, Sean. I ain't gonna deny that at all. But they know this is a rebuild. So if the Patriots don't make the playoffs next year, that'd be cool. If Bama don't finish in like the top 5, top 4, be one of the top teams next year, it's gonna be a riot. You may get fired. It might be a riot. If they be one of the worst teams in the SEC, it's gonna be a riot. So he has to live up to that Bama standard. And it could be things that come into play where everybody's leaving because Nick Saban ain't there, but they not going to care about that. We Alabama, it's the standard you got to keep, and he got to keep pushing it forward for me. So I have to go here. Next up, real quick, just want y'all quick opinion on this. Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll said the Seahawks changes wasn't made by football people. It was hard to communicate with the ownership because they're not football people. So I guess it sounded like Pete Carroll wanted to stay, but they got rid of them. And he said the communication was off because the people in ownership are not football people. They just pretty much on the team. And technically, he's still a part of the team, but he's not the coach. So I don't know if he could go get another job if he wants to. Probably could, but yes. What was y'all reaction to Pete Carroll? I was shocked on this one. The Pete Carroll fire. Well, not firing, the removal of Pete Carroll.
Oh, I didn't really know that. I don't even know the ownership for it because when he said they're not football people, I kind of raised an eye. So I mean, but yeah, that was probably the all the fires. That was definitely the most surprising one. I can't really speak on too much about it. I was really in shock. That's really about it though.
Yeah, you and me both.
That's really all I got. I was just shocked about it.
Yeah, true. Real quick, what you get on Pete Carroll?
Yeah, I probably was. Yeah, I was a little shocked myself, but also I can maybe I don't know. I mean, I can. No, Seahawks always has something. There's always something when it comes to Seahawks internally. There's always something internally when it comes to the Seahawks, and I think when it comes to like the Marshawn Lynch situations and the Russell Wilsons, and now this comes out now.
That's crazy.
Them being not football people, that's technically not surprising though, because I mean, a lot of ownership, they just own teams just because they own teams because it's an investment, and you know what I mean, for
Big
whatever
money.
reason, if it's hey, look, I look cool, I own the team. Look, I own a team, or just you know what I mean, hey, whatever. A lot of these owners never even played football before, they just own a team. But I mean, I was kind of like I was shocked myself, like man, I mean, was they because it's because they didn't make the playoffs? I don't know. Yes, I'm not. Because the communication, what is exactly the communications of why they parted? You know what I mean? He got removed.
So I mean, I think it was a couple things. One, Paul Allen, who owned the team before he passed away, is the one who hired Pete Carroll and John Schneider. His sister is now running the team. She co-owns the Seahawks in Portland, the Trailblazers. So I don't know if that was a shot at that so much as, again, she didn't hire Pete Carroll. Her brother did. And she has control. She's the controlling owner of the team. She has the right to make the decision that she, wants to make as the controlling owner. But I will say, if you looked at the Seahawks defense the last couple seasons, it's not been good. This has not been anywhere near Legion of Boom, level. And they were, I think, by all accounts, expected to be a playoff team and expected to compete with the 49ers in the division. And they underachieved this year. Now, again, I would have figured, given Pete Carroll's history, he would have been given a little more leeway. But the defense has been really bad the last couple of years. And again, based on the expectation they have for Seahawks defense, because again, we talk about the Legion of Boom, we're talking about arguably the last all-time great defense in the NFL is that Legion of Boom.
That Ravens, this Ravens team this year makes the difference. I can tell you that they make the argument for it.
Well, that Cleveland defense is in the discussion as well. That's another
them.
But yeah, so I think it was that, and just again, sometimes when you're there, and again, Trent, you speak to this. It's hard to be a coach somewhere for so long because, particularly if the players aren't always changing over, because they hear the same messages and the same anecdotes over and over again. And it's like, yeah, I've heard this story before. I heard that one before. So, 14 years is a long time to be somewhere, consecutively as a coach. And again, he had a lot of success. And also, let's also be clear. I don't think they've ever gotten over the Super Bowl loss to the Patriots. I don't think that organization's ever gotten over that.
That's my point with the internal issues. That's why I brought up. That's why I brought up the internal issues.
Yeah.
Who made that
Because
call?
it's like,
Yeah, and
they ain't want nobody holding the MVP trophy with a fifth of Hennessy, man. They just didn't want that. They didn't want to see that on the TV screen.
shout out Pete Carroll, man.
Shout out Beast Mode, man. But yeah, but okay, we go get into the last two couple questions. Trent, I need you for like two more questions, and then True, you got to stay because we got to talk basketball. I don't think Trent, I don't think you keep up with basketball. I know you just college football.
Not as much, yeah.
I got two more questions for you, Trent, and I appreciate you coming on. True, yeah, you got to stay. We got to talk some basketball with you, True. The NFL playoff bracket is set. I want to know who is you guys' favorites and who is y'all dark horse.
I will probably say, just for a dark horse, the Bills. Just because, like, they're the 2 seed. I think no matter what, they're going to beat the Steelers because Mason Rudolph is their quarterback, so they're not going to win. They've beaten what's his name? It's just, but everybody know playoffs, bro. That shit is 0-0. So
yeah,
I think when the Bills with the home field advantage, you got to play in that cold. Yeah, it can be scary. I can definitely see like a Ravens Bills in the AFC chip.
But I was going to ask about that too, right here. Did they move it? Because I said y'all think the Buffalo Bills. As I said, y'all think the Buffalo Bills.
They were talking about it, but I don't.
The game that they need to move is that Chiefs game. That shit got to get moved. That negative 30 wins.
It's the Dolphins' fault.
Nah, they ain't moving that.
No, they ain't moving nothing. It's the Dolphins' fault. You should have beat the Bills last week.
Should have beat the Bills.
Exactly.
Yeah,
should have beat the Bills.
I was high on the Dolphins, but it's over.
That should have been motivation itself. That should have been motivation itself. You trying to play?
I say for both sides, for dark horse for the Bills and then dark horse on the other side on the NFC, I'll probably have to say the Rams, sneaky team. Rams. Again, I think they make that upset when Matthew Stafford go to Detroit. They beat the Lions. So, and then I say the favorites. I think the favorites for the NFC has to be the 49ers. And I think the favorites for the AFC got to be the Ravens. They've been dominating even without Mark Andrews. They just got Mark Andrews back. So he's designated to return. So, yeah, man, that's I think for both sides, the favorites are the 49ers and the Ravens. Yeah.
Sure. What about you? Who your dark horse and who your favorites?
I agree on the favorites on the 49ers and the NFC and the AFC, the Ravens. Now, my dark horse, I think Detroit. I think Detroit is a dark horse because I think it's like the Cowboys, Eagles, 49ers they've been talked about a lot. And I think Detroit is up, is there. People, they sleeping. They won a division. You know what I mean? They're a dangerous team in my opinion. In the AFC, I had to check with the Cleveland Browns. That defense, like we just talked about earlier, that defense and Joe Flacco, man, Joe Flacco playing well for them. So it's like, hey, if they gonna be, they're gonna be a tough team. Cleveland Browns and I feel Detroit Lions gonna give anybody. It ain't gonna be easy.
Yeah. Sean, so I got your favorite, but my question for you, Sean, is with all these, if y'all notice, and that's why you always throwing it's rigged flag. So Sean, I got a question for you. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite storyline or narrative that's going on in the playoffs? We got the Joe Flacco could possibly play the Ravens again. You got the Lions finally ready to make it back to the playoffs. They got to play Matt Stafford. What out of everything that's going on, Cowboys with the Packers with their catch with Dez Bryant, that's back. What's your favorite storyline or narrative that's going into the playoffs? That's like, all right, man, I got to watch this just because of XYZ happened.
My favorite storyline is the Houston Texans because nobody had them making the playoffs this year. Everybody had them as the worst team in the NFL, maybe them in Arizona as the two worst teams in the NFL going into this season. And I'm calling them as my AFC dark horse. If they are somehow able to beat Cleveland, who I think has the best defense in the playoffs, I think they can go on a run to the AFC Championship game as long as number 7 is healthy and their defense is continually getting better and has gotten better, throughout the season. That'd be my favorite storyline is that Houston team. Now, do I think they can beat the Ravens? No, but if they went on a run to like the AFC Championship game, it would be a remarkable story given what they've been through and where they've been the last couple of years.
Sean, that's what I have to see, look, man. I know we get great with our chemistry as co-hosts because we Shaq and Kobe. You just threw a oop to my next whole point and what I've been arguing for the longest because you made my case even more, man, Sean. I want to know who you guys MVP is because we was arguing with Lamar Jackson. I think the MVP should be Christian McCaffrey, but if you're gonna give it to a quarterback, I think CJ Stroud is the MVP. Won everything that glaring what Sean said about how nobody had them win, and they end up winning the division. And you can argue that CJ Stroud's numbers is better than Lamar Jackson. So tell me what both of y'all guys think about me having CJ Stroud as the MVP. Sean, I already told you. And then also who y'all got MVP?
The thing is, though, I was literally pushing that if they made the playoffs, CJ would win MVP. But the thing that
he won the division.
The reason why I don't think he's the MVP anymore, he got hurt. Once you get hurt for an extended period of time, it's over with.
How they look them 2 games without him though?
I know, I feel you. I 100% feel you. But that it's once you get hurt for like 2-3 games, bro, it's not going. They're not going to give it to you. But I don't. And I know you brought up Chris McCaffrey. Even though Chris McCaffrey numbers are great, it's not too crazy to where he has to win MVP. Like the last running back to win MVP was AP. He ran for 2K, and he also had a narrative because he tore his ACL super late in the season. So doing that is remarkable. Like Chris McCaffrey numbers are phenomenal, but it's just not MVP. So I think like the MVP is like me personally, it's locked down because I was gonna say that like I like right before like
see that number better too, you know that, right?
Josh Allen had a real strong case, but them last 2 games he played mid and Lamar had like almost 6 TDs versus the Dolphins. So
yeah.
I think Lamar is in his crib. He's 2-time MVP. I'm gonna go. I gotta say Lamar.
True.
This hands down Lamar Jackson, man. I think it's. I mean, listen, the storyline with him. Let's not forget, man. We were talking about was he gonna get paid? It was the NFL teams was sneak this. They were saying that he ain't worth the money he was worth, and this and that. And then during the season he's playing well. You got people calling about is he quarterbacky enough? I don't know. You got listen. They would listen. His back was against the wall, and he showed up and performed, and everybody ate crow. And the fact that he's performing and leading the Ravens to arguably maybe the best team in the NFL right now to a potential winning a Super Bowl and having the season he's having, I mean, it's hands down. He got the storylines there. I mean, the man waited 5 years to get paid. Finally got paid. They saying he wasn't worth the money. Fast forward, no one team. So I mean, listen.
I don't know.
I think it's Lamar Jackson, man. Shout out to CJ Stroud, one of the best rookie seasons of all. Shout out to CJ Stroud, one of the best rookie seasons of all time. Either he had a bright future, but it ain't his time.
But look, me and Sean and both have been talking about this. Though Lamar Jackson was gonna get a job. They was hoping the Ravens let Lamar Jackson go. He would have got the job and got paid swiftly. Trust me. But go ahead, Sean.
Well, I mean, as we talked about the other night, SB, only one rookie has won MVP. Is Jim Brown. It's Jim Brown. Like we ain't got to go there. It's Jim Brown, right? Mm-hmm. And to Trent's point, when AP had the season he had, he didn't just have 2,000 yards. He was also very close to breaking Eric Dickerson's single season rushing. So that, I mean, he was only like 9 yards short, like coming off a torn ACL. So yeah, and the Vikings had no offense. They had
Christian Ponder quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I know Christian Ponder well as a Florida State fan. But, so nothing against Christian McCaffrey. He had a really good season. I think his 2019 season was better than this year when you just look at the overall season. And Lamar also won the MVP that year. So it's kind of ironic that it appears Lamar is going to win it again this year. But, I don't think anybody will dispute CJ Stroud's, value to the Texans. Because, again, look at where they were and look at where they are now. He's a big part of it. Obviously, DeMeco Ryans is a big part of it. But, yeah, it's Lamar Jackson's. And for a lot of reasons, he put career-high yards, completion percentage, attempts, completions, throwing the football, and still, rush for, I believe, over 700 yards. So it's Lamar.
Cool. Appreciate it. Trent, also you got to stick on a little bit. Trent, I appreciate you coming on the show, brother. Let people know you can check you out on your channel. The link is definitely in the chat. But subscribe.
Yeah, I was gonna say subscribe to my channel. Let's see, follow me on TikTok.
Subscribe.
TR5NT, man, tapping in more stuff, bro. More VIP rooms with guest appearances. We're gonna talk about more ball, man. But yeah, I appreciate you, SB, of course.
I appreciate it, man.
Trent, before you go, I need you to do me a solid, man. You got to promise you come back, man. On here, man.
No, bro, no doubt, bro. No doubt.
Just NFL draft stuff, man, because they want definitely hear your thoughts on these prospects, man. So,
yeah, for sure.
Trent, my last question. I know a question I wanted to ask you because you was very inside with your pops being with the Giants. You was very inside with the Giants. Do you think the not paying Saquon Barkley was the start of the downfall for the Giants this year?
I wouldn't even say that, bro. It's just that when I tell you, like, the injury bug hits so different with the Giants. It's every year. It's always something. It's always something. Daniel Jones, he gets hurt, comes back, and tears ACL. That's just shit. It's literally shit you can't you can't make up. Saquon at the beginning of the season, he scores a touchdown. When he lands, he rolls his ankle. Like, bro, I don't like. It's really injury bug, bro. So, I mean, they made some changes. We just want to see what they're gonna do in the draft, and that's really about it, bro.
Yeah, cool, man. But appreciate you coming on, Trent, brother.
Yeah, of course, bro. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Shout out my bud.
Salute.
His clips on TikTok be going crazy too, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he be going crazy. But let's go ahead and get into the hardwood of the show. So, Raptors coach Radmanovich was fined $25K for obviously the rant he had, which was a well-deserved rant. I'm sorry. If my team shoots 2 free throws in the fourth quarter and the other team shoot 23 free throws, something ain't right. So what was y'all reaction to the interview, which was hilarious, but to the Lakers shooting 20 plus free throws to the Raptors 2 in the fourth quarter? Hey man, the fix is in. I'm gonna say, but I want to hear your guys' opinion on this.
Go ahead, True.
I ain't gonna lie.
True. Let's go ahead and call
that was a classic rant. Like it was. That was classic rant. Listen, man. He calling how it is, though. I mean, listen. I understand it. Like, cause I remember Monty Williams complained about this before. It's multiple coaches.
Yeah, true going out.
He's been complaining about this, about the Lakers specifically. Let's just be honest. It is what it is. I mean, when Monty Williams did it, it was like, well, when he said it, it's like, well, remember after now.
Yeah, you good now.
Okay, yeah, but it was crazy. Like, cause if you look at the Raptors team, if you watch the Raptors, they're a physical team. They like to get to the hoop. They like to, you know what I mean. So the fact that like guys like Scotty Barnes, they're not really like. I don't know exactly is a 3-point shooting team, but I know. Listen, they get to the rack. They're gonna slash. They're gonna play physical, and the fact that the free throws is so lopsided like that. I mean, it is what I mean. I don't know. Their referees is bad. Period. I don't think it's just a Laker thing, but referees has been bad this whole season. In my opinion, it's just crazy because it's so many coaches have complained about the same thing.
With the Lakers.
About the same situation. I mean,
Lakers go
20 he got fun.
Bro, and they still barely won. They still barely won. So, Sean, what was your reaction, Sean?
25.
Yeah. Well, so I'm gonna tell you what was telling for
me. We say Scotty Barnes. No, I ain't going. He capped a little bit.
True.
Yeah, listen.
Refresh it, True. Refresh it to come back, True. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, no. So it was very telling for me, SB, that he only got fined $25,000 because usually those rants get you $100K off rip. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he didn't get $100K fine, it meant I think the NBA did to a degree agree with him. Yeah. So obviously, the rule is you can't blast the officials in the media like that. It's just that's the rules. It is whatever. But I think the problem isn't the officiating and the way they're officiating the game. I think it's the way they're being asked to officiate the game. That's the problem. Because there's no consistency. We don't know what a travel is. We don't know. I mean, I think that we don't know what a real foul is anymore. If you knock somebody on the ground, but if somebody flops, because I think one of the issues was in that game, there was a screen set on Anthony Davis late in the game for the game-winning 3. And
that was a terrible call.
Yeah, wasn't a good call. So yeah, I just think it's one of those things where they need to, and again, the NBA is going to have to look at this in the off season. Is what are we asking our officials to do, and is it really? Are we asking them to legislate the game in a way that is really truly giving a competitive, equality to the game that should be there? That, like you said, 23 free throws to 2 in one quarter. That's not a competitive equality, and I think that's part of the problem. So what does that look like? For the league going forward, will be interesting to see.
Yeah, for me, it's like it was like glaringly obvious, like especially that last play with the screen. And then shout out RJ Barrett too, because RJ Barrett has been balling since he's been on the Raptors. And sometimes you just have to go to a different situation and you get more opportunities and you benefit. So shout out RJ Barrett, has been balling. But that foul on that screen, that was a terrible call. It showed how glaringly bad it was during that game. 20 and for the Lakers to barely still win and get 20 plus free throws, that tells you a lot about that Lakers team. And that Lakers team is not as good as a lot of people think they're going to be. I think they're terrible, honestly. I just think you still depend on LeBron at his old age. He ain't consistent enough because he's old. AD has to take over. Then you are hoping that these guys who are below average role players play like superstar or solid key role players, like they the Denver Nuggets role players. They're not like that. So Cam Reddish is not going to play like Michael Porter Jr. D'Lo ain't finna come out and play like a Dennis Schroeder or a Kobe White. You're not going to get that from them. It is what it is with this team. It is what it is. True, you back? I know your screen black, but did you back, True?
Yeah, hold on, hold on real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, refresh to come back. But Pascal Siakam is likely on the move. Lauri Markkanen is not untouchable, but the Jazz are setting high asking price. Like he said, he want a high asking price. So we're gonna break it down in parts. Let's go to the Siakam. Siakam is likely to get traded. And I just been seeing reports that the possible, which me and Sean was laughing about it before the show, like I don't know how this gonna work or what they're gonna make it fit. Pascal Siakam possibly might go to the Chicago Bulls. But True, where do you see Pascal Siakam going to the Sean after True? And I'll tell you what I think.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know where Siakam going to go if he's not committed to the destination of where he getting traded, because Siakam made it clear that he's not going to whoever you can trade me. Yeah, you can trade me if you want to, but I'm not guaranteed that I'm going to sign back an extension. He's going to go and test free agency. So as of right now, I don't see how likely Siakam will get moved, honestly, at this point till further notice if he comes to wherever he want to get traded at.
Yeah, so I don't know, Sean. Where do you think Siakam going? And I forgot his contract. Well, his contract is a vision. He don't got no option or nothing. He going straight to the free agency this year.
Yeah,
right?
free agent. Yeah. He's a unrestricted. Excuse me. I think it's going to be obviously, a couple teams out there, interested in him, but the team I would watch for him is Indiana. Because it feels like Indiana. Obviously, we know what Halliburton is. We know he's their star, their all-star, whatever. But who is their second guy? When you really think about it,
Maybe
don't really
Miles
Miles
Turner.
Turner.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah, and
Miles
see,
Turner.
Like Miles Turner, but if he's your second best player, you really ain't going that far. So,
Right.
It would seem for me, just looking at the landscape, Indiana would be the team that I would say would be the team out there for him, given kind of where they are in the standings, but also wanting to be competitive in the East. I think Indiana. Now, to True's point, is Indiana somewhere he would want to stay long term?
Mhm.
Is he going to be willing to work out? If he doesn't want to be there, is he going to be willing to work out a sign and trade to wherever it is he wants to go in the off season? With the new CBA kicking in this upcoming off season, I think we're going to see less of that. So, I think teams are pushing their chips in right now, but also kind of understanding what the financial landscape is going to look like going forward. But yeah, I would say Indiana would be the team that I would watch out for with him. If you're talking SB, you're on mute.
If the team that I'm looking at and saying they got to get them, especially with them struggling as much as they is, and they getting booed now, I got to say Golden State Warriors. I think Golden State got to make a move, and if you want to make a move to keep Curry happy, you could probably send Wiggins, another guy from Toronto, from that side. You probably send Wiggins and somebody else, maybe a Kuminga, go get a Pascal Siakam. I could definitely see him fit in great with the Warriors. But then my next point would be like, if you get a Pascal Siakam, what's the use to having Draymond Green? Because it's pretty much Pascal Siakam going to take his role in a younger version of him, a little more athletic, probably less of a passer, but he still, you get what I'm saying, he fits that shoe of what Draymond was job
You'll
to
play
do.
center SB. You play center. You play a center SB. Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr, he got to stop that, bro. He got to, bro. You got the Timberwolves and
Hey, you
Denver
know what's
Nuggets
coming.
and the Lakers. Bro, this man will play somebody, bro. He'll play Jokic and play somebody 6'6" on him. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Wiggins guard him. You at center. No, bro, it don't work like that. But I can see him
I
like, even though
guarantee you that's ideal. He would play. I ain't no. I'm 100% guaranteed because I know the Warriors probably are interested in probably Pascal to a degree.
mm-hmm.
They will play him at center. He will play. There's not like they will put him with Draymond Green, and they're gonna try that. They're gonna. I don't. It's not gonna work, but they will. Steve Kerr's hard headed. We see.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when we know it's bad when you see what he's trying to do and it's not working. So, but that's. I mean, hey, the war. That's not a bad. I mean, Kuminga Wiggins, another Canada guy. I mean, they trying to get Team Canada over there in the Raptors. I mean, I get, hey, why not? You know what I mean, so
Yeah, SB and I were talking about something earlier before the show. True, I'm not going to talk about it tonight because I don't want to open that can of worms. I know we're getting past time, but there's a Warriors comparison out there that I think really fits, and we'll have to break out that in the next show.
Yeah, I'm about to hear that. But your boy, True, your boy is edited because when you see this, say Larry Market is not untouchable. This man is an all-star caliber player. He's young enough that you can build your future with him. But your Grammy finessing, I ain't gonna really call him Grammy because he's just being smart. It's the finesse of finesse. Danny Ainge gonna always trying to find a way to finesse, man. He just can't stop, bro. He just want to get a bank robbery off every time. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and rob you real quick. You can have this and just rob you blind. Just rob you blind every time. Are you shocked about this with Danny Ainge being over there? And then what you think he'd probably pull off? He'd mess around, probably pull off 3 firsts for Larry Marketing or something crazy.
I mean, look, hey, that's exactly what he asked for. At least 30, maybe 4. Listen.
Right.
He understands that Lloyd Market is on a favorable deal, only making I think 17 million a year. I think
Yeah,
that like one year's contract, so he understands that. Listen, the fact that he is on a cheap deal like that. Listen, I need some compensation. Listen, Lloyd Market is one of the best forwards in the league. I mean, guys with his skill set can help a lot of teams out, especially contend and maybe push to win a championship. So Danny Ainge knows that, and that's why I think he playing that. Because, like I said, listen, because he understands that he can keep Lloyd Marketing. But listen, if y'all want him so bad, y'all, I need them. I need them draft picks. You know,
I need.
I'm trying to get another Jalen Brown, Jason. I'm trying to get another Jalen Brown, Jason. Jason.
So the other issue
So
with marketing contract, which is interesting, is his contract is only partially guaranteed next year. In the last year, of the deal, $6 million of his guaranteed of the 18 million. So Danny Ainge can play the game if he wants, all he wants. But at the end of the day, if you either extend marketing, say, hey, listen, we're going to extend you, we're going to max you, you're a part of our future, or move them. You sitting on, trying to hold on to them is not going to help you, especially with the upcoming off season. So I think they're going to have to do something one way or the other with marketing. Personally, why would you trade him? Trade John Collins, who you should never trade it for in the first place. That's the problem. You got way too many big forwards. So balance the roster and figure out a way to move John Collins, because I don't think you're trading Kessler either. In all honesty, so
they better not.
They better not. So yeah, I think that's going to be marketing is going to be an interesting thing to see. And again, if you're trading for marketing, you got to extend them. If you're giving up that amount, if you're giving up 2 or 3 first rounders for marketing, you got to extend them. You can't let them hit the market.
Cannot. Speaking of players that they're adding, so as much as all y'all, I'm tired of seeing your videos, tired of y'all tagging me, tired of y'all hitting me up. SB Zach LaVine for to be a Laker, this, and that. Which y'all don't care. Y'all can trade him, but y'all got to give up Reeves. Y'all got to give up Ruby. Y'all try to give us D-Lo and a bag of chips and a pair of Snoop Dogg Chuck Taylors and think we finna just take no, bro. We cool on that. But this is reported from Bobby Marks. Bobby Marks is a very valuable source when it comes to free agency and draft and all that. He just said, he reported that LA is not interested in adding a third max player amid all the Zach LaVine. So all you Lakers fans, go boo-hoo cry in the corner because your franchise don't want to add a third max guy. Now, I still against LA. The fans cry enough, they're going to do whatever. But that's the way. But for now, the Lakers don't want to add a third max guy. So take that, Lakers fans. But
and again, it comes down to the financials. I think the Lakers this offseason, coming up offseason, have 179 million committed, and the second apron is 190. So adding LaVine would take them way over that, and obviously they would be in the super luxury tax. So that makes sense for them from a financial standpoint to add LaVine again with the size of his deal. But also I think the other part that you have to remember is January 15th is when basically all of the league, with the exception of like 4% of the league, becomes tradable, including Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. So, and the trade deadline is February 8th. So that's about 3 weeks where we could see, some guys move. I just don't know I don't think there's a singular move that moves the needle for the Lakers that much. You're a playing team. You were a playing team last year. You just went on a great run to the Western Conference Finals and perhaps overachieved a little bit. But you got swept. You got swept because you are what you are. So, I think that's, really what people have to really, consider. And I know the Laker fans, had a thing of we the Lakers, we the Lakers. You got to operate in the same rules that all the other 29 teams have to operate under as well. You ain't special. You just got, the nice arena and the statues out front with a bunch of trophies, but you ain't special.
Yep. True.
I mean, listen, I understand not being interested in Zach LaVine, like I said, going back to Sean's point, being up, especially over the luxury tax, it doesn't make any sense because, like, adding Zach LaVine, are they going to be a championship team? No. So why getting some more money on your books, more committed money to your books long term, when Zach LaVine is not the answer? And quite frankly, making all these trades and all this stuff is not going to be the answer either. It's been the same story. Every trade, like something got to give. It's 2 common denominators on the Lakers been struggling during this era. AD and LeBron. The two common denominators is Frank Vogel not there no more. Hey, granted, when they doing good, they get the credit. But that's not listen. When they doing bad, don't sit there and just blame the role players and try to asking D'Lo to be a pass first guy and be a facilitator when he's a scorer first. You asking these dudes to play certain roles they're not best at, and you want to make trade. Because let's say you do get Zach LaVine, you're going to have him doing things that he's not going to do at his best, and which will hinder the team. So I don't. It does. Trades is not going to be the answer. They lost. Listen. They gotta get back to their identity and what got them to win the championship in the first place. To be worried about trying to trade for a third max player because they didn't have a third max player when they won the championship. See, that's the problem now.
They had a team.
Dude, don't try to if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. But they panicked in 2021. They got injured and panicked. Traded all they guys, traded people, core guys that helped them win, like the KCP. Look what he doing now, winning the championship. I mean, you got guys. So it's Caruso, all defensive team.
Shout out Caruso. That's my boy over here in Chicago.
On the Bulls. Which the Bulls not looking. Which that's the thing too. The Bulls don't look like they're gonna try to trade him. They look like he part of their future because of his being a young veteran. It doesn't why. I mean, especially the Bulls rebuilding. You need veterans to help rebuild, bring young talent. Why I would trade Alex Caruso, especially especially for the Lakers. I don't for Rory. Like, come on, like this enough is enough, man. Third max player, like, come on, like.
And then it's true, they're gonna get Zach to be a lock. Hey, go ahead, we need you to lock up. Go ahead and lock up Anthony Edwards for us, man. You gotta play defense out here. Then they're gonna be saying Zach trash because he can't guard nobody like he ain't he been guarding nobody. Oh, Zach become a catch and shoot guy. Don't duck no more. We want you to lock and shoot threes, be 3 and D. But you hit that right on the head.
But this is what kills me though, and I'm gonna be honest. Now I think, but here's what kills me. My fault. But here's what kills me.
No,
like, I thought they had a good offseason, but now it's like, okay, they had a good offseason. Now fast forward, it ain't turn out well. That everybody's trash.
Yep.
So it's like
that's LA for you.
I don't get it, man.
Me and Sean talked about this. It was like the point when LeBron them had 12, trash, trade everybody. Next game, LeBron had 25 and then did that donkey transition. We back, baby, LA championship. I'm like, bro, y'all that's no wonder why y'all team messed up. Y'all flip-flop every week and they panic every time. Every time. But speaking of the last story, true that I need you for, bro. Once again, appreciate you taking the time joining the show with us. Melo got a show, right? Everybody got a podcast nowadays. So we finally, as fans, we always argued about the number 15 with Melo and Jokic because everybody knew Melo left. We thought the number was going to get retired. The next thing you know, we got this guy who ran horses for his fun time, and then he just clock in the NBA as a 9 to 5, and he ended up just getting MVPs and winning championships. Where's the number 15 too? So Melo shared the fact that he felt that the Denver Nuggets was being petty by giving Jokic number 15. Now, I'm going to give y'all my opinion on this, and then I want to hear y'all guys. My opinion on this, I don't feel that, yes, should the Nuggets probably not give 15 away to a second-round guy? Possibly so, but who knew Jokic was going to be Jokic? The man got drafted doing what, a Subway or a Taco? He got drafted doing a Taco Bell commercial. Nobody knew he even got drafted. It was talking about a burrito crunch or a 2 for $5 taco. So nobody knew he was going to be that good. Nobody who knew that somebody who got drafted during a Taco Bell commercial, forget it, a burrito crunch, Rap Supreme, it was going to become one of the best centers in the league, multiple MVPs, best passer of all time, arguably, and get the team their first ever championship. And he been wearing 15. So you couldn't even, you know what I'm saying? And then you left on bad terms too. Also, you forced your way out of Denver. You fixed the relationship later. I hope that you did. I'm thinking that you fixed the relationship with Denver now, but you didn't leave on good terms. The teams don't owe you anything. And I could guarantee nobody thought that Jokic was going to be that good. He wasn't even starting off that. So my opinion, I was like, Melo got to let it go. Does this erase Melo with the Nuggets? I say no for me because I've seen it, but maybe with the kids growing up, because every time people do bring up Melo, they talk about the Knicks. Whole time, the best version of Melo was in Denver. But what was y'all? Did y'all get the chance to see the clip of what Melo said, or what y'all think how Melo feel about the number 15? He felt like Denver was being petty
Yeah,
by giving it to Jokic.
yeah, I saw the clip. I mean, I can understand where he's coming from. I mean, but like, I mean, at the same time, he like I said, you going back what you said, SB. He did left on bad terms. That ain't no excuse of like giving his number, but you shouldn't be surprised either though. At the same time, right? If you left on bad terms and then somebody wearing your jersey, then it's like don't sit prepared and like, well, why he wearing my jersey? You left on bad terms. You understand the consequences of we see it all the time where it's a falls out happen and people force their way out. They go to it, they go back, they get booed sometimes. You know what I mean? Fans don't like it. A lot of things happen with that. That comes with it, and unfortunately, I mean, hey, man. I mean, well, that being said, though, it ain't like Jokic. I mean, Jokic. I mean, he doing well with them number 2 MVPs too. It ain't like he ain't like so. That's the other thing
Who knew he
too.
was gonna be the greatest,
He's showing out.
second round pick of all time? Bro, true. This man is the
He's
greatest
showing
second
out with
round
that
pick of
number.
all time.
He's showing out. He's showing that out with that number. He's showing out with that number though. He
Yeah,
said, "Hey, listen, you gonna wear 15? At least do it well. Do it."
he doing
So I
well.
mean, I don't know.
Bro, who knew he was gonna be the man is the greatest second round pick of all time. So like it took for
Was
that
15
to
always
happen.
his number? Was
So
15
what?
Yeah.
always his number though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I always will
Yeah, they
15.
must.
They didn't
Yeah, that's some.
they
Hey,
didn't give it to him.
that's some petty.
Hey, nah, they ain't petty,
Yeah,
man.
that's
They
petty.
probably didn't think bro was gonna pan out. They probably because they remember they was with Yusuf Nurkic. But Sean, what was your reaction to Melo? Did you get a chance to see the clip of what he said?
Yeah, I saw that foolishness. Couple things. Well, let me say this, right? Y'all know I like to use real life, real world examples with stuff like this. If you leave your girl and be like, you know what, I see something better out there. I'm gonna go out there. Wish you the best, but I'm going out there. You can't get mad with her if she let another dude sleep on your side of the bed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it sounds like. Like, yeah, you about to put in work on that side of the bed, but you left.
The analogy king, Sean. The analogy
Yeah,
king.
I'm just saying.
Fact though.
That's literally what Melo is doing. Is literally complaining
Yeah.
that
So
somebody else is on his side of the bed. Shout out to LSG for that song, "My Side of the Bed." But anyway, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, and let me throw out a scenario, right? So the Knicks, who Melo got traded to, actually have the number 15 retired for two different people, Earl Monroe and Dick McGuire. If Denver decides to retire, I think Jokers, we know that's a given. That's going up. But they could decide to retire 15 from Melo at a later time. Right? You never know. So sitting up complaining about it or talking about it, I don't think really helps you. They could say, you know what, hey, listen, it's been a long time. We mend fences. We see Shaq getting his jersey retired by the Magic, this year. So you just never know, right? It's up to the organization. And again, sometimes when they retire your number, it's not just about what you did on the floor, right? Is how did you represent the organization? Because, while Melo was a great player, and we're not saying he wasn't, at times he could be, a bit tumultuous, right? The stop stitching video, the marijuana in the bag, the feuding with George Karl, you know what I mean? So it was, the 15-game suspension, for the fight in Madison Square Garden. Like, so all of that stuff I think factors in. Is not just about what you did, as a talent, is what did you represent? So, Udonis Haslem get his jersey retired by the Heat. We know Udonis Haslem was not the same caliber of player that Melo is.
Mm-hmm.
Jersey retired by the Heat because of what he represents.
Yeah.
You know,
he is the Heat.
We know some great Celtics players who weren't the caliber of Melo, but they got their jersey retired because of what they represent for the Boston Celtics.
Shout out to
Exactly. So that's what it's about, right? But yeah, it's just, you know, stop crying about another dude sleeping on your side of the bed. You left.
And your number still can get retired though, because I think he knew that information right to Dick McGuire. Cause I forgot about that. The 215s retired from Nick, so I mean, I would assume he played for New York Knicks. I would assume he would know that both 215 was a number. So like maybe that same scenario could happen in Denver. He could have had an outlook on that. Say, hey, listen, maybe a 15 could be a tradition on all great Denver Nuggets could wear a 15. I don't know. Maybe it could do it. I don't know. Spark up a different conversations being salty on something that you kind of played a part in. So like you know what I mean? I don't know. Like
and then like you said, like y'all case, like him complaining about it's not gonna help their case. They're like it probably was like we gonna retire him later on. Oh, you still complain? Don't worry, we're just gonna do Jokic because you know Jokic ain't gonna care about the number being retired unless they get him unless 15 horses come with that 15 being up there. He don't care. Jokic clocking it, bro. That's still crazy to me. This man just clock in to work, clock out, and then I'm going. You don't need care, bro. It just drop 30.
Let me ask you a question. Have any of y'all heard Ray Allen complain about not getting 34 retired by Milwaukee and Giannis wearing it?
Nope, never.
I haven't seen one yet. If somebody's seen it, send it to me, but I ain't seen it yet.
Right. And he didn't ask to be traded. He got traded unexpectedly to Seattle. So,
right,
and so, you know what I mean? And they could decide again. Milwaukee could decide at some point. Yeah, we know Giannis' numbers going up there. They could decide at some point, you know what? Ray was here for 7.5 years. He was great for us. Let's go ahead and retire 34 for him too.
Shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, Derek White, we're number 9 right now. And Rondo was just at the facility not so long ago. I mean, so I don't think you won't see Rondo complain. Like, so, like I said, because like I said, you can't listen. You can do that. Like you organization, you want to retire. Listen, you want somebody wear the same jersey, retire both. Have the names right there. All you gotta do, okay, the number, put the names there. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal.
I don't think so either. But appreciate you coming on, True. Make sure you guys subscribe to True the King's channel.
No problem.
I think you can click I tagged your name in the video too, so you can tag your name to go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Appreciate you coming on, True.
Yeah,
no problem, man. Appreciate y'all, SB, Sean.
Yeah, hey, True. Real quick, I know you got to run, but you want to do these playoff picks with us, man? I want to hear your picks.
Oh yeah, well, for sure. For sure.
Come on in, True. That's know we got to do our picks. Well, True, go ahead. Look, you got the whole RTOFD experience there. Go ahead. Yeah,
man. Yeah, Super Wild Card Weekend. 6 games, 2 Saturday, 3 on Sunday, 1 Monday night. We're gonna start.
What's our record? Does this matter for me? Is it over with?
No. The regular season over with. That's been over with. Yeah, that was. That's long over with.
I think we're like 2-3 games behind, right? You playoffs. All right. Okay. You got the regular season.
Yeah, you're more than that, but it's fine. It's either.
Okay, you got the regular season. Now it's playoff. We back 0-0.
Yeah, 0-0. It's playoffs. All right.
Go.
First game, Cleveland at Houston, Saturday afternoon.
True to guess, so True can go first.
I got Cleveland. 21-14.
21-14. That's true. Okay. 21-14. See, look, my heart will want to pick with the Texans because I've been rocking with the Texas train. We with them. Not with the CJ Stroud move. But I just lost the regular season, and I'm trying to beat you. If I beat you in the playoffs, I think that means a little bit more than the regular season. I'm going Texas. I'm gonna ride with the train. I'm gonna go Texas.
Man, this is one of the harder games to pick.
It is.
It's really one of the harder games.
I can see.
I think the Ravens hope the Texans win because I don't think they want to play the Browns.
Yeah. When it's usually this close, I usually go with the home team. I'm going with the home team. I'm taking Houston as well. But I think it's gonna be a very close game. So I'm taking Houston by 1.
B. Joe. But it's only right because they want that narrative, that story to go through. But if the Ravens want to make it to the Super Bowl, they better hope the Browns lose because I ain't gonna lie, the Browns can mess around and beat the Ravens. But this is the closest one. Closest one for sure. All right, what's next?
Saturday night, Miami Dolphins at Kansas City Chiefs.
True. You get a guess? You can go ahead and go first on all of them.
23 degrees Arrowhead. Negative 23 degrees, beg my put. I gotta go Kansas City. I gotta go Kansas City. That's gonna be a tough tax. I mean the Dolphins, they struggle against teams of 500 or better. That's a reality situation. And then going against Kansas City at Arrowhead, I got Kansas.
SB.
For me, if it wasn't negative, what I have the Dolphins winning easily. The Dolphins winning easily. But since it's gonna be negative weather and the Dolphins know not to play good in the cold weather, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's a clean sweep for me. I know the Chiefs' passing game has not been good, with the receivers or whatever, but I think they'll find just enough. And them having basically resting their starters last week, I think will help some. And watch out for Rice. This game, I think you're gonna see Rice kind of be their number one guy. So yeah, I'm taking Kansas City as well at home. Taking KC by 10.
KC by 10. Okay, cool. That's
next game, Sunday afternoon, early game. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Buffalo Bills.
Hey, I will hope that the Bills will lose. Before you picture, I will hope the Bills would lose just so I can shut Anti up because Anti just all of a sudden this super Bills fan. I want to laugh in his face, but I know that ain't gonna happen. But go ahead, who you picking?
This is another tough game, man. This is gonna be a very great playoffs, man. Dang. I gotta go with the Bills. They finally got a running game now with James Cook. I feel the with combination of being in Buffalo with Josh Allen, but that has an arm. He will listen, regardless whether it is. He's gonna throw. He's able to throw that ball. He got a cannon. So I don't trust Mason Rudolph. I gotta go in the Steelers offense in general. So I gotta go with the Bills.
For me, only way the Bills, which the Bills could possibly lose, is because the Steelers defense and Josh Allen is bound to give the ball up. That's a high possibility, but just I can't trust that Steelers offense to keep up even with the turnover. So I'm definitely have to go with the Bills too. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Bills lose because I can see Josh Allen having three interceptions and 2 fumbles and they lost by 3. And they'll probably still lose by like 3 because the Steelers can't score to say they like. But I gotta go Bills just off that.
This game to me is going to come down to ball control, and I think the Steelers have gotten back to what they do best, which is we run the football and we play great defense, and we ask our quarterback to do just enough. My concern is if the Bills try to turn into what they had to do last week to beat the Dolphins was basically Josh Allen crazy. I don't think that bodes well for them. And I think the Steelers defensively are going to try to take away James Cook. They're going to make Josh Allen win the game. I'm taking the Steelers.
Oh, okay.
There's always a crazy upset on Wild Card Weekend. I'm taking the Steelers.
Somebody gonna have to, and I wouldn't be surprised. And then look, any team and if that happens, if any team need a receiver, go ahead, go get Stephon Diggs. You might get him for the low too in the offseason because in NFL, once somebody beats like bad or turmoil to the team, Stephon Diggs for a third to the Kansas City Chiefs. Watch it be something crazy like that. What's next on the list, Sean?
Next on the list, Sunday afternoon, Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys.
This one, go ahead, True. Because
This is
I
gonna
can
be a
see something
tough.
happening.
Believe it or not, it's gonna be a tough game. I'm gonna go Cowboys by 5. I think it's gonna be real close. I think it's gonna be close. That's not it.
Hey, I will not be surprised because isn't it not such a Cowboy thing to lose in the first round after all this Super Bowl hype? We gonna make this run because people forgetting who at home ain't the Cowboys at home, right?
Cowboys on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot the Lions won the division. See, it's so weird to say the Lions won a division. I just naturally just gave the Packers home field. It's so weird saying the Lions won a division. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Okay, well, now since the Cowboys at home, I got the Cowboys. The Cowboys play well at home. If this was in Green Bay, the
Hey,
Cowboys would
Lambo, it'd be
lose.
different. I ain't gonna hold you.
It'll
Jordan Love be a
be different.
legend. Jordan Love become a legend that game. He be
Oh yeah, he'll be solidified after
he
that.
next up. He next up.
He protected Lambo. Oh man, that boy's a legend. Next up, everybody got love for love. It'd be crazy type of quotes, him on T-shirts and all that. But yeah, since the Cowboys at home, I'm picking the Cowboys. But I will not be shocked if the Cowboys lose. It's such a Cowboy thing to do.
Yeah, they better not sleep on Green Bay.
This game to me is going to come down to which Green Bay defense shows up. Because I think the offense can score enough to make it a game. Can they get one or two takeaways? Just one or two. And also, I don't know what it is, y'all, and maybe it's just me. But I know Jair Alexander is questionable, but if he plays, could you please shadow CeeDee Lamb? You're supposed to be one of the best corners in the league. Please shadow CeeDee Lamb just to make it interesting. Because we know CeeDee Lamb's going to be in the slot. I understand a lot of guys don't like to go in the slot, but it's CeeDee Lamb. We know when he goes off. Yeah, when he goes off, it's a long day. So which is going to show up? That's the key to this game to me. I think I agree with you, True and SB. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's probably going to be a little bit of a high-scoring game, but because they're at home, I'm gonna roll with the Cowboys. I'm gonna say the Cowboys by 3.
Cowboys. What's the next one?
Sunday Night Football. Return of Matthew Stafford to Detroit. LA Rams at the Detroit Lions.
That's gonna be a good one right there.
I might have to watch this one. The Rams scary too, because people don't think if you think the Rams sweet, you're gonna lose. You'll mess around and lose. Don't think the Rams sweet. They ain't that. But go ahead, True. Who you got?
Damn, it's gonna be tough, man.
It's in Detroit too, right? They won the division.
It's in Detroit.
I got Detroit. I got Detroit by 3. I think it's that Detroit crowd gonna be. I'm going with home team. That Detroit crowd gonna go crazy. They ain't see a playoff game. I'm gonna watch that game. I'm definitely looking forward to watch that game. That's Matthew Stafford returned to Detroit in the playoffs against it. A lot of storylines. Rams. It's gonna be fun.
It's only fitting that the Lions' first time in the playoffs they playing against Matthew Stafford. I think that experience of with this team first time being there, and you ever play because I can't see the Lions crowd booing Matthew Stafford. But it might be because your playoff life on the line. But you ever be like, I'm gonna say on one of my Sean analogies. You ever be like you're coming back home and your house is still feel like your house when you go to your grandma's house, your mama's house is still the same, or when you play for a team and you go to a different team, the Rams still the same. You still used to he used to the field. He used to the crowd. Ain't nothing that gonna affect Matthew Stafford. He coming back home. Well, he done put up thousands of yards in there. So
Jared Goff playing former team too.
Yeah,
he played us. It's just a lot like he's so
yeah. So it's gonna be. I think Jared Goff gonna want to beat the Rams, but I wouldn't be shocked if Matthew Stafford just look like vintage Matthew Stafford at home. So This is gonna be my upset. I don't want the Lions to lose because I want them to make a good run, but this is my upset. I got the Rams.
True, you took the Lions. SB, you took the Rams.
Yep.
Oh man, this is probably one of the other hard games to pick.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, for me, this game comes down to which Lions defense shows up.
Yep.
The aggressive one, if they are attacking, if they're getting after Matthew Stafford, and he, is making the wild throws that he can make from time to time, I would take Detroit easily. But I do think it's going to be a bit of a shootout. And again, to me, it's going to come down to, can Detroit control the ball? David Montgomery, Gibbs, can you control the football? Can you get, can you stay ahead of the chains offensively to not, because you're going to stop Aaron Donald. Let's also be clear about that. But you got to try to negate him and keeping him out of those obvious passing situations. Get your play action game going. Detroit leads the league in explosive plays. Crazy as that might sound to say the Detroit Lions lead the league in explosive plays. Will they get enough explosives? And also, what are they going to do without Laporta? Because, he got hurt last week. So I'm taking the Rams. Taking the Rams. And a close one. I'm taking the Rams by 2.
I was shocked. I thought I picked the Rams because I knew you was going to pick the Lions. I thought you was going to pick the Lions.
Yeah, no.
Damn, these playoffs is fire. This could be going down one of the best playoffs.
Yeah,
this is super wild card weekend, so you never know. And then the last game, Monday Night Football, Philadelphia Eagles at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
This is interesting right here.
Now look, all I'm gonna say is this: every time I pick the Buccaneers this season, they've been winning. But these Eagles ain't look the same, dog. Hey, I'm just saying, I would not be shocked. I'll make my pick off, but go ahead, True. You go first. It's how to make my decision, not my pick. I said it to you early, Sean. I'm gonna say it on the show now.
I ain't gonna lie. Now I've been thinking about this for I've been thinking. I gotta go with the upset. Eagles losing 45 games. I think Buccaneers got the momentum of winning that division. Winning that division. It's not going to be easy, but we've seen the Eagles of lack of execution. Don't we forget this last part of the season, just during the whole season. We saw the flaws and stuff like that. Just the winning early on covered it up, and now it's just now we really seeing it. You know what I mean? So I got Buccaneers by 3.
Buccaneers by 3. Hey, I'm not even mad at you picking this team because the Eagles ain't the same Eagles. If we were talking like how it was like early in this season and then the playoffs,
and Matt Patricia, and you changing your defensive play caller doing this. That's not that's not.
That's not a good. Yeah, that's not a good thing. So my decision goes off this. Sean, will you be attending this game, sir? Are you going to this game?
It is highly likely I will be at the game.
Because it's only right that the Buccaneers, your old former team, goes off and get this dub. Because that's what I am concerned with. True, like you changed your defensive coordinator this late. Your play caller like
doing a good job.
You can't do that. And then the Eagles just been the model of inconsistency. And I'm shocked for them that I don't know what Eagle team will get, especially this last little run. I want to pick the Buccaneers so bad, but I just can't see it. Because I'm gonna go Eagles. I'm gonna be safe. They did lose to the Giants. The Eagles lose. They did make their run. It could happen, but I gotta beat you, Sharon. You just beat me in the regular season.
So you picked the Bucks, SB?
I want to pick the Eagles. I don't know. Let's go Eagles. Let's go Eagles.
You picking the Eagles, okay? SB picking the Eagles.
I should. How many different picks we got before with this pick? How many different picks we got?
let's see. We both took Houston. We both took Kansas City. You took Buffalo. I took Pittsburgh. We all took Dallas. We both took the Rams. So we only got one different pick.
Okay, well, I'm picking the Buccaneers. I know you're not picking the Buccaneers. I'll take the Bucs. I'll take the Bucs.
This game is very difficult for me, not because the Bucs are my former team, because unlike Melo, I don't care who sleeps in that side of the bed. Philly's been the model of just the last few weeks. They've just been so inconsistent and horrible defensively. Jalen Hurts' finger looked like Torrey Holt. Google it.
I know you ain't Googling that.
Jay Brown is I'm not sure if he's even gonna play.
It's in Tampa.
It's in Tampa. They played week 3. Philly pretty much handled them in week 3. But
that was a different Philly team though. This ain't today's Philly team.
It ain't today's Philly team. You took Tampa Bay. I'll take Philly just to be on the other side, but it's not. I am nowhere near confident with that. So
I feel like with looking at the Eagles, and they sold it. All they had to do was win one game to keep the division. They sold it to the Giants. That they got their head pushed in by the Giants.
Well, they sold 2 weeks in a row because they lost to the Cardinals.
Cardinals too. Yep, and the Cardinals.
That's what I'm saying. Buccaneers not this. They not playing. Listen, Buccaneers. We know the Buccaneers not all that, but they not a team that they're going to just lay over. So
no, not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. But that is the show, everybody. Appreciate you once again, True, for coming on the show, man. Appreciate you taking the time out today, man. Yep, Sean, it was another great episode, man. So
number 44,
episode 44.
We got to do.
So True, what we do is we whatever episode it is, you pick a player with that jersey number who you rocking with. So True, if you have to pick number 44, well, what player comes to mind for you? Look at
44. Hold up. Because my mom went blame 44.
It's a couple ways you can go.
I know one way you shouldn't go.
Oh, man. I'm not going to. How about it? Who was? I'm trying. Hank Aaron? Hank Aaron 144?
Hank Aaron 144. He did. That's a good pick.
How about it? I was about to say Reggie Jackson. I didn't want to say Reggie Jackson's name. No disrespect. I didn't want to say Reggie Jackson's name.
Reggie Jackson would have been a good pick. Yeah.
He looked good, but it's like that was too like Reggie Jackson. Ernie Davis. That's a good one. MC Robinson too. Ernie Davis. That's a good one. That's a solid one. That's a solid one right there.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta see. Make sure.
I'll give you a couple. George Gervin, Iceman.
George Gervin for sure. Yeah. I was trying to avoid Iceman. I was trying to avoid Iceman and Pistol Pete.
Yeah, the logo, Jerry West.
Jerry West for sure.
Yeah.
No, he only wore it in college. Dang. I was gonna do Adrian Downey, but he only wore 44 in college.
Yeah, he wore 44 in college.
Dang, I think
the 44 is a lost. It's a lost art number. Like that used to be a lit number.
Yeah, it did.
Now it's like
a lot of people don't wear it no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I'm about to go there. Yeah, Iceman is probably like the one you go with. Iceman, George Gervin was the one. Hank Aaron was a good one too. And Pistol Pete too.
Yeah.
Let me see who they got the best players in the I'll just say NFL. Who's currently wearing 44?
He worked.
Jim Brown 44 too. Marlon Humphreys wears
Ron
44.
Humphreys, yeah, from Baltimore, yeah, Baltimore cornerback, yeah.
Corey,
Yeah.
Well,
I
but
thought
we
we
said
45.
Corey Blunt.
Corey Blunt, or 44 for the Bulls.
Corey Blunt. Hey, let me open my YouTube chat real quick. Let me go ahead and put Mr. Leroy on timeout for a while. Corey Blunt for the Bulls. That's crazy, bro.
Corey Blunt,
Yeah,
yo.
On that note, the show is over. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys on Monday. Be looking out. At least we know the next episode. Sean, because you know who I'm gonna say if we got 45 instantly. I'm gonna say Mike. Do we have to exclude Mike for 45? Or I'm just gonna say I'm letting you know Mike.
You can around 45. He wore it in baseball, so you know.
No, not baseball, Mike. Basketball, Mike. That dude playing baseball. Those are.
Yeah, and you know what? No, real quick, because I know you said 45 for Mike. Mike wore 3 jersey numbers in the NBA. You know which 3 were they?
23, 45, and 20.
And 12. 12 was the other. Yeah.
Did they ever find that jersey? Who stole it that day he had to wear? I don't know. Whoever got that jersey finesse.
Yeah, whoever got it still got it, I guess. Yeah, at least shout out with Denzel Valentine.
Lee.
Oh man.
Right. Anyways, man. Appreciate you guys for coming on, man. This has been another great episode. Besides with Lee coming here saying these trash players who played on my Chicago Bulls. Besides that, it's been a pretty good show, man. Thank you guys. See you guys on Monday. From SB to Sean, shout out to Truth who taking time out coming on the show. Real Take So Fake Debates.
Appreciate y'all. Anytime.
Yeah, thank you, Truth.
Thank you, Truth.